Hello, whoever's here. Oh my goddess, y'all. Megan and I are talking about these hilarious times backstage, and whoo, is everybody having a week or what? Megan. No, I fixed it.
Yeah.
Restream is doing technical things. We are streaming live, definitely to Facebook and to YouTube. We've got 2 viewers. Say hi in the chat for us so we know you're here. A few announcements before we get into the chaos of all the silliness of life that is just dealing for everyone this cancer season. My name is Kristen Ryder. We are on with Who Are You? Who? I'm going to do it like that every time.
I
And
think
I
that's
don't have to worry about the YouTube stuff or anything. Oh, my sister's on. What's up, Mitzi Markham? I love you. But I am on with the beautiful Meghan Jones that I had the delight to meet in person in Austin, Texas at Serious Joy's Unite the Light conference. Gosh, I think we're all still integrating from that explosive time and the feelings of this cancer season. Good goddess.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Like,
and my dog is going to be making noises in the background. I can tell you why.
well, Miss Meghan Jones, you are an integrative nutrition health coach and certified personal trainer. Show me your guns. Yes, girl. Yes. Okay. And you can be found at wellnessonpurpose.org. So, who are you?
Good question.
Or we can just banter about the chaos of your AC and all of your woe and how you use your wellness on purpose to deal with all the things that have happened this week. I think that would be like a really organic way to explain your gifts.
What I do.
Yeah. Because like we're just getting started with so much as a collective, and the overwhelm alone, it feels like you have a lot of gifts to offer our audience, the tools, to move through this as gracefully as possible. So where are you calling us from, or where are we meeting you from?
We're meeting in Florida.
Well, you're in Florida, I'm in Nashville.
Huh?
I'm in Nashville. Yeah. I'm where the halfbacks come. Yeah.
Awesome. So you're in the mountains.
Yeah.
Oh, there's mountains behind me, just not for real.
Amazing. Amazing.
So I'm in Florida, and I play in the Sarasota Orchestra. So I'm a musician just like you are.
What is your instrument?
I play violin.
Oh,
But what I really do is I'm a health healer. I help people clean up their eating. So I'll say it to you more straight than I would say to other people, because we do live in the woo, right? But I help people to clean up their eating so that they can be running their earth suit, their human vessel, on the most, premium octane, so to speak, so that they can connect with guidance. They can eat more intuitively, live more intuitively, lower their stress, and go through this like AC plus Honda dealership stuff that I've been through today with way more grace and ease, and stay on purpose and stay aligned and know that it's part of the journey and not freak the F out.
Yeah. Well, and it's so important, the work that you're doing, because, grocery stores, half of it isn't even real food. So when someone comes to you, and do you put them on a diet? Like, what is the process? Because that can be jarring to the system, right?
A lot. And those diets, I did them all, right? I was born in 72, right? So I did all the fat-free and all the carb-free when it came through, and I did
the Atkins diet.
Atkins and the in the 80s when we would eat a whole box of Snackwells because they were fat-free.
Oh yeah.
The Snackwell cookies, those were awesome, and I would eat whole packs because they're snack-free. Becky May is in. That's one of my friends and my clients.
Hi, Becky. Welcome. We can see you in the chat.
He's in the
Thank
chat.
you so much for joining us today. We're talking about how we survived Pop-Tarts as the Pluto and Libra generation.
Right, exactly. So I went through all of those, and when you do go on a diet, whether it's like, South Beach or keto or whatever, you will shift your body because your body's jarred. It's jarring and you're changing things, and that's good. And she remembers those snack wells also. Yes, they were delicious and
Yeah,
fat
they were. They were. I loved them.
and
And
like
we're still
totally
here.
plastic. I know they're like they're in my ribs. So when you do that, yes, things can change. If you need to lose weight, you can lose weight if you want to do things, but it's not sustainable. And so you're going to then believe, a lot of people believe that they have to be on this wagon, or they have to be in some sort of like some type of way to get the health results or the body results. A lot of it is how you look and how you feel, which is completely legitimate. If you want to look good in your clothes and feel good in your clothes, it's very important. If you want to heal your liver or take down your thyroid medicine or do something like that. And also, one of my new clients said she wants to look fine.
So will you start with the diet first and then introduce exercise with that because you're a personal trainer as well?
It depends on the person. Some people enter with me wanting to get back in the gym more.
Mm.
And we can really find easy ways to get back in the gym more, or to move without the gym,
Mhm.
right? Like park your car after work, hoof it for 10 minutes away from your car, hoof it back from 10 minutes to your car, go back in the house, that's 20 minutes, right? Like little ways like that can help a lot. But we will enter into the food most often. Some people come into me actually through somatic breath work. And then it comes out that they have these eating things, and then we go into food. People come to me through different doors.
Okay.
But when we go into food, oftentimes it's shockingly simple, and they don't want it to be that simple.
Because the mind makes it so complicated, right? And then when you're shifting that and like I'm an intermittent faster. So, I do the autophagy like cleansing every day. I have not eaten anything yet. And, I like to do my workouts in the morning. But I'm noticing, also as an older woman, with my hormones shifting, like all of a sudden I'm just like, oh my God, I need to eat my computer. So do you take into do you take women's hormones and age levels things into consideration? Because I know that affects our thyroids in a big way. Like what support do you offer in that realm?
Well, I take everybody's individual body
Ah,
as the baseline, right? Because what I need to eat is not necessarily what, Becky needs to eat or you need to eat. Yes, similar, right? We all do not need to eat all of the mega super processed chemically, we can't pronounce the ingredients, or all of the erythritols or xylitols or extra sugars or inflammatory. None of us need that, right? But like what's going to serve me is going to be different than what serves you. And I am going through my hormonal shifts in a different, maybe similar manner to you, right? So I do take them into consideration, and
yeah.
I do take allergies into consideration and other protocols people have been through, you
Mm,
know?
mhm.
If there are things that, you know, make them gag and they had to force down, that's not likely something that's, in alignment
Oh,
with your system.
yeah, right. It's like the Instagram videos of babies getting their first broccoli
Right?
treat, and they're just like, okay, all right, we'll start with something else.
Let's go somewhere else. Let's go banana. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's so I do take people's it's all, I mean, the health coaching school I went to say we are bio individual bio computers, right? It really matters. You matter. And so even if it's a group, Becky has coached one-on-one with me. She's also in one of my little coaching groups. And so even if it's a group, it still matters like what serves you, what serves your body, what makes you thrive, because it could be that avocado, you're fine with it, but it might tank you if you eat it at lunch, but something else makes you have more energy and mental clarity. So I go in really specifically for the individual.
Wow, that is impressive work. And you do now, do you do stuff through the internet as well, or are you all in person?
I am 99% on the internet.
Wow, really?
I'm all online, and it's very rare for me. I actually do all of my coachings online, and if I am do personal training, most of them are online and some are in person here. So
Wow,
I'm all online.
that is amazing. So, and were you all online prior to Schmovid or
Right. So, and the funny thing is one of my newest clients is actually in Asheville.
oh, well, you'll have to introduce them to me.
I know, and she's a big sweet pea, so you guys might get along. But so pre-Schmovid, I had I'd got my certification in personal training 100 years ago, playing in the orchestra, personal training, but it's always been my thing, right? People have always come up to me and been like, "I'm bored of my abs. What would you do?" And I'm in college or something, not training. And the same thing with eating. I always was kind of the one that was dorking out about food or doing something or so I said after my personal training certification, I wanted to certify in nutrition or something with nutrition or something with food. And I found a few nutrition schools. I thought they were nutrition schools. I'd never heard of health coaching. And I figured out which one I was going to enter and I signed up for IIN, which is the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. And within the introduction and stuff, this was in the fall of 2019.
Wow.
Because I'd said for probably 6, 7 years, I want to do this. But I signed up then and it was all online. And I learned about this thing called health coaching. And I started to cry when they're introducing it because I was like, that's me.
Oh, that's
That's
so
what I
funny.
do.
You're right on target. You're on target.
That's
You're
who
right
I am. So, because you asked who I am, I was like, there I am. There I am. So I started into it. I was totally dorking out and really enjoying it and running that full school and having full-time job. And then the planet shut down on my behalf. Because then I could double down on school. I hired a business coach and we were allowed to take on clients. We got this little badge, a midway badge or whatever. And so I started taking clients and I built my entire health coaching practice online because nothing was live.
Wow. So, I mean, universe just went, here you go. Oh gosh, talk about that's the most I love the blessings that
Yeah.
came out of that time that looked like the greatest curse. And here we all are unifying in our magic and our healing and bringing it out to the world. So how many clients do you have a week or a day, or does it just depend?
It depends because some of them are with me every week in a one-on-one program and some of them have done, 3 or 4 of those and now I see
The
once a month, and some are breathwork clients that I see weekly, and some are and the group I'm in the group daily, but we've got once or twice a month calls. So on every given week, it's different. Which, as a musician, as you know, our schedules are never the same. So I was already used to that kind of strange everywhere schedule, and so I guess on any given week, I don't know, like 7, 8.
Because it requires a lot of your tender loving care and attention to navigate. Because I'm sure, once things in the body do shift, the do you use the somatic breath work to support the emotional healing that starts to reveal itself?
Yes, and it also then chicken and egg reveals other things that come up to look at, right?
This work is so powerful.
And the cool thing is
I mean, I do it for serious joy every day, and there's some interesting ones coming in the future. Holy moly!
okay.
Could you walk us through an example of a breathwork exercise?
Well, it's more channeled. It is all channeled. It's
Got it.
fully channeled. And I have actually a workshop tomorrow, which I can share about. It's like a 4-part flow thing, and part of it is the somatic breath work. But so if it's one-on-one with you or if we're in a group, I actually, go in with you and I can feel you and it's kind of your guidance and my guidance and we move through and the color comes in for us and it guides where we go and there are huge emotional breakthroughs or huge freedoms or releases or ahas or validations that come in. And the cool thing is, I think I've said to you before, I don't know how to read charts, astrological charts.
You had emailed that to me, and I'm just because I am an astrologer, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I wonder where your series is."
Well,
See,
I can pull my chart up for you. 'Cause I have it, but I have been like an avid fangirl of Christopher's. I've been in Serious Joy since 2019, like February, and I've been like fangirl following him for a long time. And so I really speak his step system fluently. I understand the basics and I understand the chakras associated and what they mean and whatever. So oftentimes it's that guidance as well. Like if it's coming here, I know that if it's something that really feels here, it's
Yep.
going to need like receptivity and balance and also different protections and boundaries. And so it comes in and it could be protections and boundaries around. And it's fascinating because people will say, I was feeling something and then you said I was feeling like you were feeling something. So it's pretty cool and intense.
It's the work. It's the work to feel our feelings and integrate all of these levels of consciousness so that we truly can heal. Because just the energy of this cancer season. I've been a puddle every day this week. I don't know what your experience has been. And, I'll do my workouts, I'll do a beautiful salad, doing all the self care, um, exfoliating, being out in nature is so supportive. Do you do work outdoors in nature with people?
Oh yeah. I mean, if I can, when I can, yeah. And the mountains are my spirit family.
Mine too, sister. I'm working with the grid mama here to like
Mhm.
assist.
Yeah, and I can see it's gorgeous here. Where I live is beautiful. It's really beautiful, but I'm not a palm tree, I'm a pine tree. But I'm always outside.
That's
If
funny.
I'm
You look like a woman to me.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
But
Uh,
yes, nature is so it to use grandmother moon and to use father sky and mother earth and trees. There's a lot of times that it can be dealing with food scarcity, why people over or under eat. It can be dealing with emotional or stress eating, whether it's current life or past life, you know, that and oftentimes Tree Nation comes in, they really need to get out and put their back against the tree and let everything go through their feet and let the tree recycle stuff. There's a lot. I do a lot of that. I'm being wide open here because this is you, but this is the stuff that my clients find out when they come to me through like other more square methods.
so, that's kind of how I work with my clients too. And, getting initiated in remembering gifts that we all have as our dormant DNA is getting turned on with all these new frequencies. So, I'll throw everything at a client and the kitchen sink to help them elevate.
Yeah.
We have a question in our chat. What are your thoughts on carnivore diets?
Again, it really depends on your body. It depends on you.
Because don't like O positive and O type blood type people need to eat more meat?
Technically, yes. And my shaman, I have mentored with a shaman for 14 years. Love her. Her name is Kristen with an I.
Ah, 2 eyes so she can see. It's the
Exactly.
feminine Norwegian form. My sister named me. She's
Oh,
in the
that's
chat.
awesome.
She's who
Oh,
asked about the
and my
carnivore.
mom's Norwegian.
Oh, wow. That's so amazing. Oh my god, I have a story. When I was on a Broadway tour, I had a little book club lady come from a piano bar and go to see one of our shows, and they brought me a book this big on a Norwegian princess spelled Kristin, Lavanstrader. This thing had like they were so adorable. I had like a little fan club, but
Yeah.
that is the feminine way to spell Kristen in Norway. If it's En, then it is
Sweden,
men.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's men. It's men. It's men. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Sorry. Like, just thought I'd
Yeah, I
share.
just think it's awesome. Yeah, no, I had a grandfather named Sanders Sanderson, so I do I understand.
Well, that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it depends on the person.
Depends
And
on the person.
well, and what do you think of the quality of because I would try and get I don't eat meat. I'm an RHA negative blood type. Yeah, not from here. But so's my sister. But I try and encourage people to go to farms or local or that are grass-fed, not in grocery stores, and to bless it.
Yes. So blood type diet is another diet, and it can work for you, and it doesn't have to work for you, because my shaman, Kristen, with 2 eyes so she can see, is also an O positive, I think, but she needs meat. She's tried vegan, whatever. I'm a B positive, and technically animal protein would do a body good, but I haven't eaten it in 34 years, and it doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve me. So if you are eating, most of my clients, all of my clients eat animal protein. Um,
Okay.
so you don't have to come to me only to be plant
Vegan.
because you want. I mean, if you want plant based or vegan or some kind of training, yeah, that's great. We can do that. But I believe, same as you, if you're going to do it in a manner with respect and understanding of what the animal is giving you, I'm almost getting emotional.
I know, because I love them.
And then, a lot of the Native American tribes and other global tribes then use this for housing materials, and this for clothing materials, and this for shamanic rattles, and this for whatever. So if you thank that animal and thank that animal's spirit, and I believe that that's the most important. Yes, go to a farm, maybe know the farm or know the butcher or know the source of the butcher. If you can get pasture raised eggs, pasture raised butter, it says it on the carton. You can get pasture raised at Trader Joe's even, or Publix, like
Yeah,
quite
and Trader Joe's, I just saw they are not using a peel or any of that weird Bill Gates shift on their produce.
yeah.
So that, and I've had a crush and a relationship with Trader Joe's since 2003.
Oh wow.
I
Long
know.
way.
Well, I moved to California.
Okay, exactly.
I was in California at that time. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That is really helpful to know. And I I haven't eaten red meat in a very long time. I have accidentally, and my body just but I was in a goddess circle in LA sitting next to a woman, and she was like, "You were the medicine woman that would call forth the salmon for the tribe." And I was like, "I'm gonna go get some salmon tonight." And I love salmon.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll ride that a little bit here and there.
Were you Eskimo? Where were you?
I think I was, around the Ohio town, like,
Okay.
Ohio area, which is where I incarnated this lifetime.
Oh, how fun.
So, I
Yeah.
know, so much sacredness. Oh,
And one thing I would add to the carnivore question is the most important thing, if you're going to try, because people say to me, well, how do you get protein? I know I get more protein. The majority, my father was born and raised a cowboy on a ranch. I come from a very
wow.
carnivorous family. I am an alien. I know I'm an alien. I've always I've always fit out. I've never fit in. And if you're going to have your beef or your pork or your chicken, play with having like half or 2/3 of the portion of the very intentionally purchased and prepared meat, and then adding, edamame or some lentils or some chickpea or some tempeh or something, like adding some plant-based. I mean, broccoli has protein, spinach has protein, but the plant-based foods that have higher protein, add some of that to your half or 2/3 portion of your animal protein, and give that to your system as well, instead of focusing on all of your protein sources coming from the animal, because it will do a body good. Even if you want to eat animal protein, it will help you to add more plant-based protein.
Excellent. And okay, so when I wanna go back to the somatic breath. Do you do that at some point in all of your programs? Does it come in, or it just still depends?
Some people come to me for only that,
Oh, wow.
which is kind of cool. Um, in my one-on-ones, if you are my one-on-one and you are like in the 12-week program and you're doing stuff, I am basically your sister in health and emotional and through all the good and evil, right? Anything. We walk through it together. And those people will get breath works. If they want more than just a couple during those weeks, they can always then sign up for, regular ones. But yeah, pretty much at this point, this somatic breath work came in just kind of, I was doing breath work with people, like breathing through things, but it was more like what one would see, like the square breaths, 4 4 4 4, or like 6 3, like 6 in, 3 out, hold, or 6 7 8, the things that you learn that are very beneficial. But the channeled one started to come in probably about 3 years ago. And I talked to like this energy worker that I know here. I love her. Her name is Nancy. And she was like, oh, it's something it came back, and it's something you've always done. Cause I didn't create it.
Right.
It came in. And then my clients were like,
yeah.
what is this?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yep. I totally feel that. And I love how feminine your work is. You just go with the flow and honor what appears, what reveals, and what is expressed. And then it's like, okay, okay, Mama Bear's gonna go do this.
That's right.
That's so beautiful.
Sometimes we dig into food, and sometimes we soften and look at layers underneath, because it's not what's up, it's the layers under, so it's a lot of digging.
And a lot of thrown up in your mouth a little
A
bit,
lot.
crying, and I mean, because I can feel it. And in my human design, I'm a third chakra ruler, so I can feel that lickety split. We've got another question. I love Missy. I love that you're asking all these questions. How do you charge your clients? Because it sounds like you've got several different programs, and I would love for you to pitch your program that you're starting tomorrow as well.
It's just a workshop tomorrow, so it's really accessible to everybody who's available, which makes me excited. But so how do I charge for my clients? It is online and through things. So with the 12-week, it's 12 calls, 12 weeks, but it's not. We also have pantry and fridge and breath work. We work out, right? It's way more than that. That's a chunk and a program, right? Then breath works. If people only want to do breath work, you can have one, or I sell them in packs of 4,
Okay.
Personal training, sort of same like that, right? You train one, or you get a discount for pack of 10, right? So
Sure.
it's that kind of way. And then if clients just want like one coaching call, I can do one coaching call, like that's just fine.
So you're
So
really flexible in
yeah,
meeting people's needs.
right. And I do have a couple online courses, and I really like the content, but I have a business coach, and I just joined this new, like, amazing mastermind that I'm starting actually on the 1st. That's gonna, help me hopefully to bring what I have more. Obviously I'm not bringing it, because who are you?
Who are you? Listen, well, and as in my own building of my my platonic sound program that I'm releasing in July, and I just got back on social media in February. So it's like it's happening so fast, and time is moving faster, and the overwhelm. So what can you offer our listeners, a little free advice to assist them, you know, in this call for that overwhelm that they may be feeling right now?
The overwhelm, first of all, like Kristen said in the very, very beginning, it's happening to everyone.
Hmm.
And it doesn't have to actually be overwhelm. We assign it overwhelm. It just is. My AC broke. My house has been 84.5 degrees for 2 days. It just is. It is. If I could control it, I would know how to fix a broken motor fan thing, right, and save $600. And I went to Honda this morning to get my car checked out because I have a long drive ahead, and, nail in the tire, splash. I was just going in for oil change. Just going in for an oil change.
Yep.
Nail in the tire and whatever. But it is. All these situations are. And if your partner or your colleague or somebody is freaking out, it's okay. It's all okay, because it just is. So with the overwhelm, know that we assign it overwhelm
Mhm.
because we layer it. And the only thing that we can do is us. So you can say, okay, I'm going to soften. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to have some water. and then I'm going to choose what I need to do. What do I want to do right now? What do I want to think about right now? What do I want to feel right now? Okay, I don't want to feel this way. Great. I mean, Christopher says you have to know where you don't belong before you know where you do belong, right?
Absolutely.
If you're feeling crazy and the overwhelm is getting to you, there's a likelihood that a vast majority of that is collective. Vast majority of it is collective. And some of it might be you. So what do I need to do? I need to make sure that I actually eat some proper food because I'm not vibrating at my highest level because I didn't break my fast. And when I did break my fast, I broke it with Cheez-Its.
I used to love Cheez-Its. My mom would always make sure they were. I'm such a tourist. Sometimes I'm like, oh, Cheez-Its. I haven't had a Cheez-It in a long time. And it's also, I do you have children?
No, but I kept being with the wrong men to not allow me to have children. But I love children. I have many in my life. And if I could, I would have 3 boys if I could choose the gender.
Oh, okay. All right, just get the pod. I love your transparency. You're like, if I wanted it,
Yeah.
So that's something that I would love to know how you approach, because that's a tough thing when your kids around and you're really working on cleaning things up, and God,
Yeah.
the food industry for children, and then it's like, oh God, I don't want to throw that food away. But like, do you have any advice for moms out there that are really working on, okay, not this, not that, da 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 da?
Well, because it's a fine line, right? And then I actually know that I need to circle into finishing that guidance that I was saying before. But
yeah, no, we're all over the map. I love it.
And I always am. I'm a manifesting generator. I don't know the things or whatever, but I'm also
a manifesting generator too.
Okay, so then we're hot mess.
No, this was like, oh my God, hilarious. So, oh my God, we're like, yeah,
bam.
We're 3% of the population.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's, yeah.
Oh
yeah. Oh yeah.
We are representing. So a lot of my parents are moms. Do you like that? A lot of my clients are moms. I have a dad and a mom, me personally, but a lot of my clients, a lot of the people I work with are moms. And it is tricky because the one thing you want to be aware of when you are shifting your eating and you are cleaning up your eating and you are cleaning up your life is that we need to be conscious to allow these children to have their own experience with food so they don't end up having eating disorders like we might have in the past. Or, and there's a fine line. There's a thing called orthorexia. It's like a new term in the past, 3 years. Where
of course it's a new term.
It's a new term. And it's like the fine line. You know how there's a fine line, we all know, both of us, between genius and crazy, right?
It's a fine line.
Yes. And there's a very, very fine line between really clean eating and healthy person and also disordered eating. Right? Because you can get to like really super hyper restrictive, which when I come into your life, I want to add so many options and so many foods. And then by this adding, my health coaching school calls it crowding out. You bring it all in and all of a sudden you notice, wow, I'm not eating those Cheez-Its. It's not because we say no friggin' Cheez-Its. It's because we bring in all the added in, right? So we want to make sure that the children know that if they go trick-or-treating, I mean, I had an interesting, childhood with candy and cookies and whatever, right? We all did.
Yeah.
But Chips Ahoy and well, then you did teenager snack.
Disco bing.
But we want to make sure that they go trick-or-treating and they know that's fun and they can have a couple pieces if they want, have some candy and go to a person's house. And if they're having hot dogs and funfetti birthday cake, please go be a child and go have a good time and whatever. And at home, I mean, there's a gamut of children, right? There are some that will take that broccoli and be like, I love broccoli. And then there's other ones that are like, I only want butter bread, only butter bread, only.
It was my greatest nightmare when my son turned into, I just want butter bow tie pasta. I was like, how are you my child?
I know. And there's ways to sneak. There's easy ways like that we coach on to sneak things. And then there's beautiful, super easy, simple, really freaking delicious, like fun desserty things you can make for them or make with them. Like sweets are good and we like them and they're fine. It's not like you cut all sweets, but it's good for them to watch you. The modeling is the most important. What you say is important. The modeling is even more important. And just being super aware that it's not like, oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Because then they'll be like, oh, they'll get ticky or they'll go the other end or they'll go and then it's finding a balance with your child and making food fun and involving them, if they want to cook.
My son loves to measure. He can separate an egg. He loves to make these gluten-free, amazing muffins. We always have fun with that. We make our own toothpaste.
Awesome.
Yeah, like with diatomaceous earth in it. Yeah, my protein muffins that I got from the recipe from my dear friend Tony Gallardi. She's so Italian. But my son loves to like bake and be in the kitchen.
Good. Yeah.
We make our own cleaning products.
Perfect. And even if they want to sit there, I mean, there's some kids, when they're really little and they just want to pour like the cups of water back and forth and stand at the sink and pour while you're doing your stuff, it's going to make them feel more interested in what you're eating.
Yeah, I mean, since he was a baby, he was on the kitchen floor with me while I'm making dinner with measuring cups and things.
Exactly.
That's how we grew up in the 70s, right?
Exactly. Well, or with Velveeta and,
Oh, God. Velveeta. Oh, my God.
And the canned, like High C.
Oh, God.
Remember High C?
Remember High C. And Capri Sun is still around. Kool-Aid. I mean, we could go on.
We could go on and list them all. It could be like 3 hours of.
Well, and our generation got super poisoned. And, it started with TV dinners in the 50s, right?
Yes.
They took here, ladies, you can just put it in the oven and put it on this toxic tray. And then that's it. Like that's when the removing from the food source began with this programming of toxicity, literally poisoning us.
Yeah.
Comical. And we're still here.
We're still, and how are we here? We're like preserved with we're glowing inside.
Well, my sound healing blast that stuff out. I'm seeing
sound healing at Unite the Light. That was incredible.
Oh, incredible. Thank you. I love my work. I love
incredible.
Thank you.
And the music background serves it too.
So talk to us about your program tomorrow.
Tomorrow is going to be, it's something that it's funny.
And these happen on Zoom, right?
It's going to be on Zoom. Anybody can join. And with tomorrow, I don't always do this when I have group things, and my group things are not regular, but they're once a month-ish. I don't always record them, but this time if you join, you'll get the recording. And even if you can't join live, you'll get the recording and your energy will be in there. So it's going to be about an hour. And this came in through a meditation. I've run so I have that little group I mentioned, coaching group, and I've run 3 live in-person retreats with them. One was last weekend where they come in and we hot seat coach, and it can be around food. It can be around relationships. It's whatever is up for them, right? I trick out the house with all this gorgeous food, and we do lots of shamanic practices, full moon ceremony last weekend or whatever. So it came in to do this 4-part flow with them a couple years ago, and they loved it, and people have been loving it. It's the channeled breath work for it always goes about 20-ish minutes, and guidance pulls me out. So I don't time them.
Yeah, no, totally.
And it's going to go from that into probably 7 minutes of journaling, really little bit, just what might have come in or what's going on. It doesn't have to be Dear Kristen. It can be
yeah, I journal to myself like that all the time.
Dear Kristen. It'll be that, just if things are coming in, what you're looking at releasing, then we're going to go into a meditation. And then afterwards, we'll do some somatic movement. And that somatic movement will probably be 4 or 5 minutes. But it's just this quadfecta. That's a new word. It's a 4-part flow. So sometimes I do only a channeled breath workshop, but this is a 4-part flow.
Amazing. And so that's tomorrow. What time?
11:30 East Coast time, a.m.
11:30 a.m. East Coast time, and people can go to your website and sign up for this?
I need to put it on the top of my website. I've been putting it all over. Oh, Becky. Becky just said it's
She
amazing.
said, "It's amazing." 11:30 a.m.
11:30 a.m. East Coast time. I'll put it up on my website, but it's all over my Facebook group, the Instagram. I'll put it up in stories again. I'll put it on the top of my website. Thank you.
And let me see. Let me get your Instagram link. I'm gonna put that in the chat. I'm like, because I was starting to post them because y'all, we were like emailing each other back and forth. I was like, I'm having some crazy technical issues here, but we figured them all out. And if I can hold my mouth right, I can get this link right and put it in the chat for everyone. You're on Instagram a lot. You're inspiring.
Oh, thanks. I wasn't on any social media at all until health coaching, so I'm still a toddler.
Oh, I mean, I am too, and I've been on Facebook a long time, and that was, like, my old life of performing, but now I'm just doing business and stuff
Yeah,
because
me
censorship.
too. And I was on Facebook, but I wasn't. It was locked down like a fortress, and
It
no.
scared you. Did
Yes,
were you scared?
I was
And, like,
scared.
I haven't gone into, like, TikTok. Are you on TikTok or
I
anything?
am, but what I'm doing there is just sort of sharing the same reels. So I'm not very
Okay.
versed in TikTok, but I share.
Okay, so Instagram would be a hot spot for
Probably
you,
an easy place to connect, or Facebook. You can connect with me on
or
there.
Facebook. Okay, and Facebook is in here's your website. Oh, that's not gonna show to them, is it? Ha! Your website is wellnessonpurpose.org, right?
Yep.
Okay,
And
so
then my Facebook is my name with the H in it. They can see it printed on your screen.
I bet you've had that your whole life.
Yes.
I have too, or, in Europe, I'm always Christina,
Oh,
or
right.
yeah, it's always that, and that's great. Okay, so you're doing that tomorrow, and then are you launching anything else, or just going with the flow for your summer?
Going with the flow. I'm sure I will be launching something new because again, that new mastermind for me starts on the 1st of
Monday.
July. So I know that like there's going to be kind of new exciting things. My one-on-ones are evergreen because the people who come to me, because people are like, who comes to you? And it's the people who are like ready, ready, ready. I mean, I end up with men who are, big time publishers on the West Coast who just want to live a lifestyle to keep up with their wife and kids who are super awesome and fit. And I have women who are hard powered, in the finance corporate. So it doesn't matter who you are. If you're ready and sick and tired, that's who usually ends up coming to me. So you can always reach out for a 30-minute. I always do free discovery calls if people are like, who are you?
Who, we keep on bringing it, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, I love I don't love fruit flies. I do not love fruit flies. Okay. I literally all week I had to have a fly swatter. I just stopped cleaning my mirror in my bathroom because I'm like, just a fruit fly.
Mhm.
Really, God? Really? Okay, so that's exciting. So have people follow you on Instagram and all the socials. And when they're ready, they're ready. I so love that. And what is do you have like a biggest transformation from before and after client that comes to mind?
I mean, again, everybody has their own, but there are
Like, is there one that you seem to remember affected you the most? And
well,
not to say that everybody's not magical in their own right, because
right.
we are, but like one that just like really hits home in your heart.
There's one, and she's still ongoing, and she is a very important corporate person, but very sensitive cancer.
Oh,
Today's
interesting.
her birthday.
That's interesting.
Very
That's
sensitive cancer.
and shoosh, the astrology for today. Oh my God, Black Moon Lilith, get out. But I don't know what zero. There's some real interesting shift coming our way, humanity. Just
A
buckle
lot.
up.
It's a lot.
Okay, so happy birthday to your friend.
Exactly. And she wouldn't even go in the kitchen, couldn't go in the kitchen, wasn't interested in the kitchen.
And she's a Cancer?
Yes. Not like
I'm a progressed Cancer. I don't know if I'm a step 3 or progressed step 4 Cancer. Witeki and I really are soul brother and soul sister.
Because I'm Leo, you're Leo rising, right?
Leo rising, 1 degree.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Because Leos are big deals. That's crazy. But she wasn't comfortable in the kitchen, not interested in the kitchen, because she would run a pattern of bad at the kitchen. Wouldn't exercise because, as a child, many people are told, that's not for you, or, you're not good at that or whatever. And super running all of the stress of the corporate, but running it through like almost a professional stress runner, because taking up everyone else's stress. And fast forward, she's now vamping in the kitchen with all different ingredients, like whether it's like she's not following recipes. She can follow recipes, but she's like playing with food, like, and giving herself more nourishment. And she exercises on a regular basis, including, trying some things like Tai Chi and other, and she's quit many of the extracurricular things that she sort of defined herself with at work, which, I mean, her stress level it's just a different person. She looks different. She is different. She eats different. She parents different. She's a parent. She travels differently. It's literally a whole new world. And I'm hearing Aladdin in my head, but it's a whole new world.
It's okay. I know. I mean, I worked for Disney. I get it.
It's totally different.
I've been singing Ariel all week. I want more. Yes. I mean, I think I was a mermaid in another Atlantean time as well. That is so wonderful. And I love that, like, that she's a Cancer and she's having fun with, creating magic in her kitchen and nourishing herself and her family like never before. I have somebody
that's really totally adverse. So it's like,
great. That's inspiring. And what a birthday gift to give a Cancer, that she could be at home and enjoy her own kitchen. That's wonderful. What a gift. Like, Meghan, you're so amazing.
Well, likewise.
Oh, don't get you started on Disney. Becky, you're going tomorrow? Are you going to wrap yourself in a foil suit?
It's going to be so hot.
Oh my God, it is going to be so hot. Holy moly. Okay, so we know where to find you. We know you are absolutely amazing. I can't wait to share this. We got 10 more minutes. Do you want to shoot the shift about anything else? What else would you like to share?
We can talk about anything. Do you want to let's talk about music, because I bet we have people in common, because you're only a year or two younger than me.
Well, yeah, because, okay, so hold on. Do you ever play your violin for anyone?
I play professionally in the Sarasota Orchestra.
So how do you fit that into your Oh My Goddess?
So I've had readings with Christopher, as we have, right? And years ago, he was like, well, your music career is one of convenience. You came through knowing how to do that, and that's not who you are. And amen.
Wow.
Amen. So
is it your south node to your north node shift?
If I could show you my chart, you could tell me.
Hey, by the way, if anybody wants to book a reading with me, you can do that through my website, KristenWriter.com. I am shifting some serious stuff with all the astrology going on for my clients. Private sound.
I'll have a reading.
She's signing up. Perfect. You know where to find me, goddess.
Yeah, I will sign up. So yeah, I play full time in that. I love and appreciate it. My parents are both professional musicians. It is a beautiful, I mean, if any musician friends are listening, they will agree. The classical music world is a beautiful profession. It's a brutal profession.
Yeah.
It's not when people are like, it's amazing, you're doing your passion. It's not that.
It seems like it would be, for a singer, it seems like it would be opera for me.
And then the ins and outs with the personalities and the music and the daily, right? Because you've got collective energy in an orchestra. You've got personalities. You've got good days, bad days, conductors you like, conductors you don't like, music you like. it's a great job or it's not.
Okay.
Right? Because like so I play all the time and I'm a tenured musician there and my health coaching business and growing and I'm doing it absolutely full time because I can't wait until that's what I do, you know? Like all I do. But I'm really, really grateful and appreciative to have my full-time orchestra job.
That is wonderful because that has helped facilitate the birth of
Yes.
your practice. That's
It's
wonderful.
paying the AC repair. And then my business is paying the mastermind. You know, we have jobs.
Right? I know. I mean, like, I have Serious Joy. I have my own business. I've got my sound healing. I've got my astrology. I've got my platonic sound program coming later this summer that I'm super stoked about. Still taking people in for that. I'm seeing in the chat that can y'all hear us?
They might not be able to hear us because should be talking about music.
Oh, that's it. That's interesting. But music is so healing.
It can be.
It can be. If it's 432 hertz and not 440, like I wonder how fast we could shift if we went back to the OG, right?
Right. The Bach times, the Baroque times. Exactly.
Yes. Gosh, that would be so amazing.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool to see what would shift. So when you're doing did you go to musical theater school?
Oh no, I auditioned for musical theater school for CCM and I didn't get in. And then they offered me electronic media and I didn't apply for any other programs anywhere. So I went for 2 semesters because I auditioned again. They said I had pitch problems. Those fuckers lied. I never had pitch problems. And then I worked with all of their alumni because they cracked out like the perfect chorus person. And obviously, this is not very moldable.
Well, Leo Rising, you're not supposed to be a chorus person.
Yeah, I moved to New York City when I was 19 and got a job singing and slinging at a piano bar. I had my eligibility card and just started going to equity auditions. And then that's how it started for me. But I hated college. I was like, no, I'm done with this.
It's not the right place for you. Yeah.
No. Carol, hi. Carol Mastroy. Honey, I'm going to learn how to say your name before your show. She played the violin for 10 years. Oh, that's wonderful. And you know what, ladies? I'm going to be interviewing another violinist who was at Unite the Light later in
yes. Phoebe.
Yes, Phoebe. We're working on a time for her. And then, hi, Carol. I can't wait to cast you and she's getting her. I'm so excited for all of these people that we're all doing it. Like we're doing our earth purposes and healing the world. We're the heroes, bitches. We have arrived. But next Tuesday, I'm going to have one of my clients on. Her name is Melissa Arnett. And I'm going to make sure Restream sets up her event well. That's going to be Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern next week. That'll be episode number 5 of Who Are You with her, Miss Melissa Arnett. And do you plan to keep with the orchestra if you're, because your business is like, it's about to blow up?
It's about to blow up. That's going to be TBD because I'm tenured there and I don't want to say it out loud. But at the same time, because it's you, I'll go ahead and say I would love to just be my business. I would love to just be my business because my business is me.
Let's hold the space for that manifestation for you and all of us to, that feels like it's going to be Virgo season, to be real. Like,
to be
season.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a whole new Merkaba thing at Serious Joy, 40 Days of Self-Love. And it's like, all right, boosh. Yeah. So I'm going to hold that space for you. And I want to thank you. I mean, I feel pretty complete. We zapped it.
I feel good.
Do you feel good?
I feel good.
Do you want to work at anything else?
No, I'm really happy, and this is really fun. I feel like I could talk to you all day.
I know. Well, don't hang up. I'm gonna end the stream,
Yeah.
but we're gonna shoot the shift back in the green room.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you with all my heart for meeting me at Unite the Light and giving me your business card and following your dreams and
Thank you.
helping people heal because it's so wonderful.
That's what
Thank
we're doing. Thank you so much.
you. And I love you.
I love you too.
Okay. Okay, good. It's official. We're friends. All right. Okay, everybody well, it's just Facebook and don't talk to me about Instagram, the technology. I still have to do it again. I tried. I did not fail because I'm persevering and we'll see what happens on the next episode of Who Are You? Who, da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Be gentle with ourselves as we integrate all these powerful feelings, everyone. Thank you so much for taking time to tune in to today's episode. Until next week, I love you. Bye.